Breakfast with Cobb Colvin.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, Trickstar Radio, we're in the building. 23 minutes past 8 here. Tiatsim joins me. It's a BeatBoss 9 special Friday, and we're going to be getting into a bit of a rundown of this next weekend's event, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, what I want to do here, I want to run down through the lineup for this one, and get a bit of a brief introduction to each of the people that are going to be involved, because there are a couple of new names on here for me. There's a few people I haven't heard of, and there's a couple of people on here that I'm quite familiar with. So, let's talk about Rack J first. What can you say about Rack J?
What a G. Yeah.
I mean, from obviously this is who I went out to in the last one. So from me personally, I was kind of happy that he won, because for me it means it's like, I went out to the winner.
He was on crud that day because he went to Preston North End away to Blackburn, I think it was.
What, in the morning?
In the morning. So he went, I think it might have even been a 3 o'clock kickoff. I'm not sure, it might have been the morning. Anyway, he went to the game and then he came straight to BeatBoss after. So he saw his team win, come down, and he was on it. And I think that first round against Spooky gave him so much confidence and just announced himself, because there was a few people in there. A lot of people heard of him, obviously, because of his works with MCs and whatnot. And
Logan, quite specifically, done a few things with Logan.
Rack J and Logan, it just works.
Yeah,
it just works. But some people, there's a lot of people in BeatBoss sometimes that people don't know of, and they announce themselves. I feel like this BeatBoss is one where there's some people whose sound I might not even know too much, because I've taken a lot of suggestions for the people in this BeatBoss. So it's going to be really interesting to see who can win this. But with Rack J, he just, that first round he announced himself so well, and the chat on mic as well. I mean, to come and do that again, we're talking about a BeatBoss veteran here in Spooky, to come in and just kind of go, no, you're not having the stage, it's going to be my stage, and then just pretty much brush Spooky aside to an extent. He did, to be fair, he did. I felt Spooky could have come better, but I know he had a lot going on with releases and stuff at the time. But Rack J just went there was no holds barred with it, you know. So that's, and just when he turned around and said, "Spooky, is that it?"
And I think the room did as well.
I was like, God, pain. So,
and I think as well, that sort of thing there, when you have those almost like clash moments, when you're like that's a game changing moment right there, and it changes your perception on things. It changes the entire outlook of stuff. So obviously, Rack J's current champion. going into it. We do have I believe a former champion returning. In Louis B. Is he a former champion? I believe
he's not. No,
is he not? No, did he not win?
Do you know what? Louis hasn't been. I don't think he's got past the first round.
That's a madness.
It is a madness, because the first one was against Skinsman, and that was mad, because I felt Louis won that clash quite clearly. I must have gone downstairs to go toilet during the judging segment. I've come up thinking automatically he's gone through, and when they were like Skins, I was like, wow, okay, cool. Large up Skin Man though, all due respect. And then obviously the one against Jams, that was probably any other producer, any other BeatBoss, he's going through. But again, that one was so close. It's like VAR. You need VAR for that one. So.
I remember there were people shouting VAR at the last one. It was cracking me up.
That's because I went toilet, come back, because I'm on a stage for however long, and having a drink as well. So I need to make my breaks. But I come back, and basically it was Audio Slugs, wasn't it? Audio Slugs versus, who was it? I'm not sure, but he basically played almost like 2 wild cards. That's not in the rules. So the thing is, even with judging, it's like people come back to me as like, you're the rule maker. I have to sometimes just bounce it back to judges. Like, the rules are there, you've read them.
It's your interpretation.
You're the referee on the field.
So it's your interpretation of them on the night at this point.
Make judgments.
So Louis B, a big hitter though. Someone who I've seen him pop up in numerous clashes for different forums and stuff.
Louis B's very, you're gonna see as well with the JME tunes that are coming out on his album that Louis produced. Louis' next level. He's sick.
So Kotai is next.
Yes.
So this is someone I've kind of not heard of too much in a sort of clashing entity, but definitely a producer I've seen floating around for a while. I've done a lot of work with Noble, which is the reason I know him. What's your kind of overall opinion?
So I didn't know too much about Kotai, apart from that he was around Jams and Jack That. And then when I went out to Outlook, I was on, I think it's the Tropica boat, and he was DJing, and I was clocking obviously some of his rhythms, and I thought, I like this geezer's energy and some of his rhythms. So obviously I asked Jams, I was like, what do you reckon? He's like, definitely 100%. So hollered him, and he was involved from the off.
Nice. From my experience of him, he's got quite a sort of system sort of edge to him.
Yeah.
In regards to that, he's quite got a lot of dubstep influence, but not to the point where it's like straight dubstep rhythms.
Yeah,
There's just
it,
a lot of sub pressure in there, a lot of like more sort of dubstep design when it comes to like basses and synths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it should be a good one to see him kind of change that into a more sort of Clash ready format.
That's it.
Next up, Hamdi. Now, this is someone I know quite well. What's your experience of Hamdi so far?
I just I love Hamdi's consistency and the tracks he's been putting out. Like that Brazil tune is my soundtrack to Outlook 2019. Treble played it on the Mode Boat at the start of his set, and it's just amazing. But to be fair, I don't know too much about his own original productions.
Yeah.
Not a great deal. I've heard a few, but the stuff he's been sending over probably the last 6 months to a year has just been consistently great, to be honest.
I think, and obviously he's someone that I've played back to back with a lot. Like if there was a back to back partner, it would be him that I play back to back with a lot of the time. Someone who brings a lot of energy. When he's in the room, he is someone that you want to like react to, because DJ wise, it's obviously different because it's not a DJ clash, it's a producer clash. DJ wise, he's someone that is like a 1 minute chopper, like.
Okay.
Like a super chopper sort of thing, which in a rave obviously is.
I'm trying to get him to do a mix for Rinse on Tuesday, so hopefully if he gets that done,
then you'll hear some of that energy.
Yeah, but even like his tracks, you can tell that sometimes with, like you said there about him DJing. I didn't even know he's a DJ, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you can tell like a lot of his tracks are DJ friendly. Yeah. And DJs that make tunes make DJ friendly.
Entirely. Next up, Maxwell, I believe it's pronounced. It's got a 4 and a 3 in it. I don't know why people put random letters in their names.
I know, innit? Like X's instead of O's.
Yeah, I don't know why people do it. But yeah, talk me through him. This is a brand new entity to me. So.
Yeah, it's a brand new entity for BeatBoss. So this is our first ever international contestant. Obviously, we've had guys from Scotland, but this is our first international contestant. So he expressed an interest to get involved. If you express an interest to get involved, a lot of people do sometimes, and they'll do it straight after the BeatBoss, and then by the time we come around to the next
they're
one,
like, nah, I'm not really.
It's not even that, I've forgotten, to be honest, and it's not even a disrespect one, but he just hollered and said, he sent me a few rhythms, I like his tracks, and I thought, listen, he's the underdog, innit? So, and if you've got someone these guys aren't getting paid for BeatBoss, they don't get paid travel, they don't get paid to stay anywhere. He's coming all the way from Canada to take part in this for the love of the grime sound, man, and BeatBoss. So
well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, especially if you're traveling that way. You've got a long plane ride there, but you can sort of.
But you know what? He's coming over and he's experiencing the London and the grime culture and the grime. We'll look after him, and he's coming. He's going to come down on Rinse and do a guest mix. He'll be going to Mode FM to do guest mixes. You know, he's going to have a whale of a time. He's going to meet loads of people. So I'm really excited for him, and for someone to experience it like for the first time. Like Clash time is the first time you saw it. Like first time BeatBoss, but first time London, first time around everyone. Yeah, that'll be amazing. So, Riddler. Now this is someone I have heard of, but not necessarily from like a standalone production point of view. This is someone I've heard of more from sort of making instrumentals for sort of MCs, that's the sort of angle I've always had on Riddler. But do you want to talk me through him? Because he's a moderately unknown entity to me. Riddler's sick, mate. Yeah. He's like bass heavy. His drum patterns are crazy. Like Riddler's been sending me tunes for a good 4 or 5 years, I believe now. And I always took an interest of producers that were from the Midlands. So yeah, he's another one that he might not be consistent in the terms of a tune every month, but every couple of months he'll send something that is mad, and the MCs love his rhythms as well. So nice. Next up, Gala, obviously part of the Scottish crew. I believe he's one. No, he's Midlands. Is he Midlands? Yeah, Gala's Midlands. He's part of them two. Oh, no, who is it? Gallus. That's where I thought it was. Gala. Gala. No, I've actually clashed Gala before. Have you? Yeah, I've clashed him in the Knowledge is Power. I clashed them two in the Knowledge is Power tournament. Him and Jeddah. That was a three-way clash thing. So yeah, not that familiar production wise. So does he have a particular style that you'd kind of associate with it? I don't know about style. I think he's developing a style. So I remember he used to let me in to go Silk City, because he was running things down Silk City for a while. So I used to hear bits and pieces, but obviously the standout rhythm for him is Sniper. So that went mad for a while. Everyone was jumping. It is a sick tune, and I think when you hear, even when someone just plays, you know when someone's just got that one hitter?
Yeah.
Like it's a hitter. So then you're just like straight away, you're just like, right, I'm interested. I want to know what more. If you can make a tune like that, a little bit of pressure with BeatBoss, let's see what you're saying.
Let's see what
and
you
he's
can
got links to some good MCs and whatever. So I'm interested to see his wild card. And that's another thing I want to say. You guys think about, some guys hold their wild card. You know, some people only want to make 2 remixes and play a wild card in semi-final.
Yeah.
Be prepared to play it in the first, because you know who you're going against, and you can sometimes almost guarantee.
Yeah, it is almost like
You could make 3 sick tunes that are just Kovu rhythms, sick tunes. Another guy plays 2 average tunes, but then has the skengiest wild cards.
It can knock it out of the park.
It's over for you, isn't it? Especially if they play it last.
Yeah, and this is the thing. It's about the timing of stuff in clashes as well. This is something that you even if you haven't clashed before, it's something you will learn instantaneously whilst you're there. You can see after the first clash, people are going, "Oh, I need to change my order." You can see it in people's eyes. I'm looking around and I'm like, I can see people want to change what they're going to do. So Owly Beats is the 8th contestant. Another new entity for me.
Yeah.
So what's the sort of dealio with this one?
Yeah, Owly Beats, I've been clocking him for a while. He's bass heavy. That his tunes, the mix down, the master sounds so crisp. So he's another one where, like, I put him in like the catalogue of like probably being inspired by a Boylan type sounds. So I'm really interested to hear what his tunes are going to sound like on the sound system at 5 miles. But yeah, Owly, he's from Manchester. This first BeatBoss, no one from London, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, not that that's a big thing, but it's a bit.
It's surprising. It's a surprising thing.
I thought back, I was like, right, okay, so everyone's.
I mean, it's not been. I'm assuming it's not something that was like consciously planned to happen. It was
Definitely
just
not.
who was just like on it at the time.
Definitely not. Do you know what was consciously planned is that I didn't really want anyone that was well known, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be a group of people that maybe people haven't heard of, because if we can get through this BeatBoss without Rat J winning, it sounds so bad me saying it. Deep down, I don't want Rat J to win because I want to get to the Champions League one. But if he did win, I'd be more than happy.
More than happy about it.
I love Rat J.
It's
Such a sick guy.
I mean, the next one's going to be like an ultimate sort of. I'm assuming it's the Champions League.
Champions League, but BeatBoss Champions League, and that'll be mental. And then what we'll do, we just need to have a break and then start again, because we'll run out of producers.
And you don't want to over egg it, you know what I mean? You do want to make sure there's still stuff.
No, but because seeing as Red Bull the Pagans ain't doing Culture Clash no more.
Yeah,
like I feel that's again like, because BeatBoss comes from Lord of the Beats. I went there, nothing progressed, so I done my own thing. Same with Red Bull Sound Clash. It's like, we want that. We want to see that. It's great. So I think the next BeatBoss after the Champions League one, I think, is a labels clash. Yeah. So I'll say it right now, South Point involved.
Yeah, we're there.
There you go.
I can safely say, I think we got enough clash heavy people.
Yeah.
We got enough clash heavy heads.
That's it. So I'll sort out a format, how many people can have in a team, and then we'll do that, and I think that will go off.
Definitely. So we've got a couple exclusive things to announce here on air. So judges wise, we're going to do the remixes as well. I believe we're going to look through some of the remixes.
Yeah, we can go through the remix round tunes that have been selected.
Okay, cool. Let's run through it. I'm excited for this.
Right. So I think quite obviously I asked Twitter from the BeatBoss account, and obviously people around me who, like, what kind of rhythms do you think? So suggestions. So the resounding obvious one was P Jam Nando's rhythm.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the rhythms of the year.
That is one of the rhythms of the year. Next up we've got Basement Jack's Red Alert. So I think
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's got some more examples in the intro, you know. So it's that I think that could get used well. The one after, so the third one, DOK Kaboom, which a lot of people was asking for. The next one is one of my personal favourites, Trends and Boylan, Untouchable. So it is now touchable. It's in a so it's not untouchable, but yeah, it's what a rhythm that is. The next one, Rude Kid One and All, massive bass heavy rhythm that they'll be able to play around with. Jams, Danger. We got Skepta, DTI, and the last one, Buju Banton, Murderer. So there's a couple tunes in there that aren't, I've been throwing some garage ones in the last couple, and I thought this one will get Basement Jack, something a bit pop, and
I think that's the bit of the test. That's a bit of a test, though, isn't it? That's a bit of a test.
It is,
because if it's almost like would you say it's a safer bet to do it and do it well, or would you say it's actually more of a test to do it and do it well?
I think it's a bit of both, because it's like probably Basement Jack's in there, and maybe Trends and Boyle and Untouchable, people might not want to go near. But it's the ones that people don't want to go near, and you do a madness that will create
that's the one where you kind of go, he was brave enough to do it. I'm rocking with
or
you.
not even like, how the hell did he do that with that?
How did you get from there to there? Well, thank you for bringing those through. I'm excited to see this. I think that this is why I like the remix round, though, because it's like I want to see what people do with what's already there.
Exactly.
And for me, recreating something that's already been done in a better way is one of the hardest skills in production. That's one of the hardest things in production. So right then, judges wise, what's going on judges wise?
So judges wise, we had obviously with P Jam, Logan Sama and Rude Kid. Rude Kid has unfortunately had to pull out for a good reason, and one of the guys that was originally going to be involved, couldn't be involved, is now back in the frame. So yes, we've got mans like Sounds of it. Man like Sir Spyro will be judging at BeatBoss 9. So yes, hail up all the guys that do the judging, because a lot of these guys don't need to support BeatBoss or whatever. They genuinely love it and they want to get involved. They'll shout me like, yeah, I want to judge, or I want to do this, how can I help, or whatever. So big up them man that do that.
Nice. Right, we're going to jump into our track of the week next. This one is Afriquois with Acid Attack. There's loads of information there floating around with exclusive stuff. So thank you for bringing it to Breakfast with Kovu as one of the exclusive points. We're going to jump into this and then carry on. I want to get into a bit of a football chat, to be honest with you, because I've been looking forward to it all week. Especially after some of the atrocities that have been on display over the last couple of days. Right, just gone 20 to 8 here on Trickstar Radio, at Trickstar BTN, at Cub KXVU. What are the social media handles for yourself and for BeatBoss?
Oh, sorry. At Tiatsim and at BeatBoss Grime.
That's what we like to hear. Track of the week time. Don't go anywhere. It's breakfast.
Waking up Brighton.
Breakfast with Cub Kovu.